So having seen Deadpool and Wolverine 3 times now, the third time I really wanted to pay attention to everything I wasn't really paying attention to the first 2 times I saw the film, because things were flying at you pretty quickly, and sometimes you just kind of overlook something that's right there in your face. And I concluded that the Wolverine in Deadpool and Wolverine is in fact the same version from X-Men Origins. So for people that don't know, X-Men Origins Wolverine is not actually in continuity with the original X-Men trilogy. Any of the films that came after that follow the events of those films, and obviously it's not a sequel to X-Men First Class, and it can't fall in timeline anywhere with the rest of the X-Men films, because the events of that film literally are contradictory to multiple things that happen in all of the films. And well, when you look at that film as a standalone thing that just kind of exists in a bubble, yes, it's still absolute garbage, but they were trying to do something different and obviously fell flat on their face. Now, a couple of things in this film that stand out to me from watching X-Men Origins frequently, because it's a guilty pleasure trash film, is multiple scenes in the film that actually show up in Deadpool and Wolverine, but also the reference that they make in regards to how old Wolverine is and how that factors into everything. Now, why I'm saying that the Deadpool and Wolverine version of Wolverine, the worst Wolverine, is in fact the same version from X-Men Origins Wolverine is because the evidence is in the film. One, the 200-year-old plus line does make sense because, again, they reference that in the film direct in both films, but there's one particular scene that stands out to me. When, at the end of the film, Cassandra Nova gets her hands on Wolverine and she starts messing with his brain to see just who exactly he is, what he's done, and the pain he's gone through, we find out, obviously throughout the film and here, that he feels massive amounts of guilt. It's because he never wanted to be one of the X-Men, never wanted to wear the suit. He always thought he was better and would leave. The humans showed up, killed all the X-Men, and then he went crazy, and he caused a lot of pain for everybody. And he still feels this within him. Well, in the film, they reference him as the worst version of Wolverine. This has actually been something that Fox even themselves said, you know, X-Men Origins, that's like the worst version of Wolverine. But they go a step further. When Cassandra puts her fingers and starts reading his brain and his thoughts and his pain, they flash through clips of his world, where he comes from. And every single clip they use is X-Men Origins Wolverine. They never use scenes from the original X-Men trilogy, the Wolverine, or anything else. It is only clips from X-Men Origins Wolverine. And if you really think about it, this is another meta joke. He's the worst Wolverine. But there's another piece of evidence that I think is important because it comes courtesy of an action figure. You guys remember how Deadpool, one of the variants of Deadpool, Headpool, is said to be the severed head of X-Men Origins Wolverine Deadpool? Well, they just revealed a brand new action figure featuring Logan. He is with that variant of Headpool, and also if we look at the suit here and everything, we see that he's got a piece of the costume sticking out of the pocket. And he's got the blue Wolverine boots to go with it as well. You combine all this, to me, this is a clear sign and literally just evidence that, yeah, they are the same Wolverine. And honestly, it makes sense because, as they said in the film, you really are the worst Wolverine. But he gets, finally, redemption on who he is, what he's been through, and, well, who he is now. So what do you guys think? Is my theory on point here? Or do you think I'm wrong? Honestly, I think it works, but then again, all these theories, they'll never really explore it, or maybe they will in the future. When he comes back, they'll address the events of X-Men Origins Wolverine, and that would be absolutely hilarious.